Good morning, everyone. Brian here with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning I have a review for you guys of the IntelliVision home video game console line original library game, Bowling. Now, it was developed and published by Mattel themselves, Mattel Electronics, technically, in 1980, and it's a pretty decent simulation of the game of bowling. Not the most spectacular, but it does a fairly good job, so I must admit I'm not nearly the best at it, and it can be a trickier game to get down than some in terms of you kind of to build your skills, so don't expect any spectacular performance from me, but otherwise we're going to take a look at it in a minute. Right here I have my loose copy of the game. Right here, and it just says bowling on it. When it first came out, Mattel had got the licensing out to use PBA, though there aren't really any PBA bowlers in it or anything. It was just, a gimmick to make it seem legit, I guess, or more legitimate. While later ones would usually just say bowling, but this one, in any case, is technically PBA bowling and bowling, same thing. Re-releases are where you would get just the plain bowling. And here we have the manual, where it does say PBA Bowling. Of course, it's a decent manual. You got all your basics for your setup and a little bit of an introduction to the game. Everything regarding your controllers and all, and overlays, which I do have some. Though I don't have a box, I do have the overlays, the manual, and the loose copy, so. It basically takes you over pretty much everything you might need to know about playing the game, so. Anyway, sound effects. It doesn't have that many. It's not have that much of a. It's a pretty quiet game, but it does have some sound. And of course, like Mattel and Atari were doing at the time, not really any credits to who developed it. And here, of course, is the overlay. It's kind of a nice one. I don't need anything, complex or anything, but, Anyway, for purposes of expediency, I've got it to emulate via my @Games IntelliVision flashback, so I'm going to get that set up, and we're going to take a look at some gameplay. I'm going to go ahead and stick the overlay into my @Games IntelliVision flashback controller. Like many others, it's pretty simple to just slide in. If I can get the darn thing to cooperate for more than a second. There we go. Perfect. Right there on our first page of emulation. Okay, so Press the disc to get started. 5 for regular bowling name. Enter. Number of bowlers, just 1 this time. You can have numerous bowlers, of course. Slickness, 0. You don't want it to... It increases how steep and all things can get to be. Ball weight. Go with 3, which is roughly 10 pounds. I could take heavier than that, which would increase my odds, but no. With 5, 12 pounds. We usually go with 10 before, but. And you pick what hand your bowler uses. Press 9 to get a right-handed bowler. Okay. Beyond that, controls are simple enough. You press the disc to pick up the ball, and the left side fire buttons happen to allow you to position yourself. Then you press the right lower side button to get this going and let it go where it gets about where you want it to let go. You can also use the top right side fire button to well, that was a bummer, gutter ball, to increase your loft or giving it a bit of a spin, but I don't really do that. Let's see if I can't make up a bit for that stupidity. Not by much. The mechanics in this game and all can be a bit of a pain in the rear. There we go, that should be a bit clearer looking. Should have thought that a minute ago. Forgot. Ooh. Let's see if I can't pick up the spare. Nope. As I said, it screws with you like that. Off and on, it's going to sit there and not really let you have a straight shot no matter what you do, so. Oy. Oh, come on. That's not even physically possible. Stupid game. Well, I'll take that back. It's a decent game, but still, you have to put up with all this just to make a shot. It's not this hard to get a strike, you idiots. Not if I was in a real bowling alley. Okay, with the 12-pound ball, that would have been a strike. I don't care what this thing says. Oh well. Can't help that somebody programmed this without knowing the actual mechanics of the game all that well. I never work with the loft to give it a spin much, which probably be interesting, or at least possibly useful if I chose to. So far, I don't know how to handle that, so try to keep things a bit more uncomplicated by just leaving it out. Of course, the computer will give you kind of a random spin anyway, just depending if you don't do that, so kind of have to learn to deal with that aspect of things, but it'd be a lot worse. Well, there's one strike. Can you do it? Probably not. I have the worst time with trying to pick up spares on this game. Okay, total score 84. Clearly I need to play this one a bit more and get better at it, but I think you guys get the idea of the gameplay by now. Okay, so that was PBA Bowling, a 1980 original library game for the IntelliVision home video game console line. Like I said, it has a bit of a learning curve, as I guess you guys just saw. Of course, I could stand to give more playtime to it, again. But other than that, it's a decent bowling game, and I'd recommend if you guys can check it out, don't hesitate. My preferred YouTubers, High Retro Game Lord, IntelliVision Dude, and Brian Puddin with his channel Brian's Man Cave. Brian's, by the way, happens to be one comparing and contrasting this, IntelliVision PBA Bowling to bowling on the Atari VCS 2600, so that's a bit of an interesting video. I'll go ahead and leave links to all of those. There's unfortunately no Wikipedia article or anything, so I don't have that. Anyway, you guys, if you enjoy my channel's content, please like, share, and subscribe. And leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Feel free. You guys take care, have a good morning, and I will see you again in my next video.